welcome back to the podcast. This podcast is going to be a little generic. It's because I currently run 2 podcasts and have the same description for both. So I kind of want to go over that description. One of the podcasts is on parenting/foster parenting, and the other one is on actually addiction, such as, nicotine, drinking, technology, the things that I've kind of battled for a long time and been working to improve myself on. So if it's a little generic, just know that I do kind of the same description for both, just because I want to keep it the same so I have an easier time trying to transfer everything over and getting everything in order. Plus, I feel the way I have it set up is actually pretty good. I do like the way I have it, mostly because I focus on resources and stuff first. So at the beginning of the description, you will actually see the Crisis Lifeline, National Helpline, Veterans Crisis Line, and Domestic Violence Hotline phone numbers and ways to contact them. If you are in any of those categories, please reach out. You're not weak for seeking help, even if you're going through a hard time. Everyone goes through a hard time, even if they don't admit it. So if you're experiencing any tragedy, if you're having a bad day, you can always reach out to the podcast. I'm up all night because I work thirds. If I don't respond during the day, it's because I'm generally sleeping. I'll hit about 4 hours of sleep today just because of the podcasts and trying to relax and do housework. But please reach out to them. You're not weak for trying to get your mental health in order, trying to overcome hardships, and don't ever let anyone think you are weak for that. I know when I was in the military, it was a big battle. When I was in law enforcement, you're seen as weak for seeking help. You're not weak for seeking help. There's a reason that, alcoholism is so high in law enforcement, that domestic violence is a big issue in law enforcement. You are under a ton of stress, even if you aren't in the military or law enforcement. Just the world we are in is not created for humans. It is like we are trapped in a bad simulation where it's so much harder on us than it needs to be. So honestly, reach out to any of those. If you feel you're in a spot where you can't reach out, send an email to somebody. Even if I can't do anything, I'll try to respond and talk to you. Send it to somebody. Trust your school officials, work, anything. Don't let yourself be taken advantage of or harmed because you feel you're trapped. There's always resources out there, and I'm hoping to share them in both podcasts at some point. So please take care of yourself. Look out for yourself. Your life and your feelings and everything matter. You are loved. And I do have a server, so I'm the only one that's in that right now. If you want to join that is second in the podcast description, which is followed by the emails, which I stated, which can be used to send in suggestions, feedback, ideas. You can tell me that you hate my guts and don't want me to podcast anymore. Whatever. If you're having a bad day, I don't mind. But those are there in case you want to reach out for whatever reason and get in contact with the podcast. Tell me what I can change, because I'm always looking for constructive feedback. I'd love to make it better. There are things I'm working on, such as saying way too much. I realize that there's other words that I say far too often, so just know I am working on that. And following that is the podcast description, which will be a rundown. It's about 2 paragraphs is what I'm trying to keep it to, where it goes over what the podcast is about for this episode. That way you can look over it, see if you want to listen to it. That is followed by timestamps, so if there is a certain part of an episode that you liked or you want to go back to, or you want to save for the future, just copy that, post it in a notepad or something, keep that for future use. And finally at the bottom is the Patreon. Please do not feel it necessary to sign up for that. It's just there so I can have an extra place to store my audio backups along with other resources. There will be a free one I need to still create. I'm trying to get everything in order right now, but I want to be able to use that to post all of my resources, such as books that I review, maybe links to those, along with, Michigan, we have WIC for children, we have MDHHS, other files and pamphlets, everything, so that it's all confined to one space, because I do have social medias for everything. If you want to go find them, please feel free. I'd love to have some interaction with those. But as of right now, Patreon's just a one thing where I'm kind of using it as my catch-all, where at some point I hope to use those resources to upgrade the podcast and do different things, which you can listen to the episode about the Patreons for each podcast. And if you get interested in both podcasts, I also do trying to figure out a discount for both of them. So as always, I want to thank you so much for listening. Please have a wonderful rest of your week.